Want to see these young kids develop and have fun and improve, and I hope that I can help improve their fundamentals and just enjoy the game a bit. Like I just keep saying they're so young and just hopefully that they can see there's more to the game than just winning it.
This is Coach to Coach, where we talk junior basketball coaching in a relaxed, practical way. I'm Jace, and these are your fast break chats. Let's get into it. We've got Gary Dumaresq here having a chat about a few basketball aligned things. Gary is a coach with the Bendigo Braves.
Correct.
So very graciously has travelled down to have a chat with us today. So thank you. We'll open up with my usual questions. Tell us, how long have you been coaching?
On and off for probably 20 years, I suppose. I'm mid-40s now, and I originally was from Shepparton and involved with basketball there with the Gators. Played a little bit, but never at a super level, sort of just big V level. I knew where my limitations were.
Yep.
Been a lot involved with coaching. I just enjoy it. It's good fun, and still involved now a lot with Bendigo Braves with the NBL1 stuff.
Yep.
A little bit involved with the Bendigo Spirit just as a team manager and things like that. And so on and off coaching, I suppose 20 years, but really in the last 5 years got back into it with my young fella being involved again with basketball.
Well, that leads me through to who and what age groups are you working with at the moment?
Yeah, at the moment, my young fella's got 3 weeks left in under 12s.
Yep.
And then he's up to under 14s next year. So we're having a good run this season. We dropped down a division, but we've actually haven't lost a game. We've gone through the regular season undefeated, which
awesome.
We picked up a win on Friday night in after the buzzer, 2 foul shots, which was a bit lucky.
That's the perfect way to upset the opponents.
Yeah, and I actually saw the coach today, the other team, and he was having a laugh. It was good fun. So, yeah, it's really nice just being back involved with my young fella. He really enjoys it.
Yeah.
And just playing with his mates, and it's good. So.
Yeah. What brings you to coaching? Why do you coach?
I love the game, I suppose, like a lot of us do. I just really enjoy seeing kids improve. I probably don't take it as serious as some people. Yep. I don't look at it as it's sheep stations.
Yep.
I want to see kids enjoy the game and have fun. So for me being involved, I think I have a fairly solid understanding of the game. I know I'm not a brilliant coach, but I love to try and get the passion and the enjoyment of kids just being involved. And silly as when a kid falls over, his teammates will help him up.
Yep.
Just things like that. And seeing kids have fun and have a laugh.
Yep.
And really just enjoying the game. The game, of course, will get serious as it gets older. I understand that. But not everyone's going to play at that level. You've still got to have people that are just playing and enjoying it.
There's arguably more kids that... Well, not arguably. There is more kids that won't play at that level.
Definitely.
So let's not neglect them.
Yeah, and you see that even from Bendigo. We've got Dyson Daniels come through.
Yep.
Matty Dellavedova was from Maryborough, close enough to a local boy.
Yeah.
And even like now Dash Daniels coming through. Like, it's great for our boys to see this, but you've got to be realistic. The chances of thousands of kids in Bendigo and maybe 2 kids are going to make the league.
Yep.
So you've got to there's still plenty of other avenues for these boys to chase and girls. So you've got to find what it is for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Was there someone who had an influence on how you coach?
That's an interesting one. Like, my family is not a huge sporting family. Like, my dad was a farmer and so never came to my junior sport. I suppose back in Shepparton there was a guy named Tony Long who's still involved with Shep basketball, and I've known him for 30 years.
Yep.
And he was a policeman in Shep and a grumpy old bloke, but a really nice guy. So I actually, if I think about it, he was a bit of an influence in my basketball. Another guy was Troy Lumberg, who's a guy from Shep, who's only similar age to me, but I always actually admired the way he dealt with the young kids and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, excellent. And a lighthearted one, do you have a favourite professional player at the moment? Can be international, local.
Probably not. I'm not a huge NBA follower. I'm actually a college follower. I love Duke.
Okay. Yep.
Massive Duke fan. So I've been fortunate enough to go to Duke a couple of times.
Yep.
So I really, TJ McConnell, my young fella's got me onto TJ McConnell.
Okay.
I like little undersized guard and
Yep.
just the effort that he puts in and that sort of stuff. I find that good. Yeah.
It's funny how you tend to find, or I've certainly found, that the players that I like are the players that play the way, like with a certain set of values that you align with.
Yeah, I totally agree. I'm not all about the show, and I'm seeing these young kids running down, and signalling the 3 on the arm and all this stuff, and I'm just not into that. I sort of think that really doesn't respect the game.
Yep, absolutely.
And it's the same when we get to the last 10 seconds and you might be winning by 20 and these kids want to shoot a 3. I'm like, I'm old school. I would rather you stand at half court and run the clock out.
Yeah.
And so I like when I watch these, at any level, these players that actually really respect the game and put in the effort and just compete. To me is more than watching someone running around shooting arrows in the air.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I totally agree. It's really interesting. In my first 5 questions, they tend to be general, but they often shape how the rest of the conversation's going. And we spoke before the episode today and said, what sort of ground do we want to cover? And you talked about making sure that these kids are having fun. Like that, that was the most important thing for you. And it's abundantly apparent because even asking you general questions, we've rolled round to, you're all about the boys having fun.
Yeah.
So tell us, I guess, what is there a reason that's become so abundantly apparent, like important to you? Or
I think, look, my young fella has really opened my eyes up to basketball a bit. And, he's a solid little player. He's not the best kid on the court or anything like that, but he's smart. He's a lot smarter than I ever was when I played, but he's undersized. So watching him when he's unhappy with either the way he's playing or his teammates or the game, I feel, that's disappointing.
Yep.
But, whether we win or lose, if he's happy and smiling on the court and he's got a bit of a smart aleck sense of humour, the same as I do, I suppose, to see him enjoying it, having fun, I just enjoy that more. And it makes me want to go. If he's in a bad mood and grumpy, I'm like, oh, mate, look, it's just basketball.
Yeah.
I say it a lot. No one died.
No.
I said, it's a game of basketball. No one died. And the best thing about it, we're all going to get to come back next week and do it again.
Yep.
So let's keep being in a positive mood and try and enjoy this, because as you get older, your bodies start hurting and sport and life and work's not as enjoyable.
Yeah.
So if I can go and just have fun at a basketball stadium at my age and still interact with 10-year-old kids and get a laugh out of them. We had tryouts this morning for Braves and a couple of kids just making me laugh the whole time and he looked like he was having fun.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is awesome.
This is what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
No, I love it. I think, look, I was chatting to one of my friends this morning about what I was coming to meet with you about today, and I said, in many respects, cause when I told him, he said, "Oh, yeah, that'll be a good topic to cover." He goes, "That's one I'd listen to."
Yeah.
Now, he's a high-level coach, heaps of experience, and he said it's easy to forget about that important fun factor for the game. And I said, I reckon I'm definitely scratching my own itch here because, my son played 2 games in the last, 2 days, rep on Friday and domestic on Saturday, lost both games, which is fine, but he didn't play very well. And I've struggled to find the fun or the joy in that. So I think maybe that's something that you can...
Yeah, it's really...
it's still pulling fun out of the losses.
Yeah, exactly right. And I know last year we were in 12-1s in Bendigo and we struggled. I think we won maybe 3 or 4 games for the season, and they were the squad teams. We bet the squad teams who were full of under, bottom age kids and things like that.
Yeah.
It's interesting I've seen it over the last few seasons, which I really don't like, is clubs trying to basically cut kids to then recruit better kids to have better under 12 teams. And I'm like, at that age, again, this is me going back to I'm not playing for sheep stations. I would rather, my son's team is a group of mates from school, and they've got a couple of extras who've come in who unfortunately were sort of let go, I suppose you could say, from their teams. And I'm like, this is not right. And then they're trying to push us to play higher division. And I'm like, well, A, we're not good enough, but B, they're not going to have any fun. I know eventually you can't always have fun and it doesn't always be roses, but they're 10-year-old kids. So to me, to watch my young fella run around laughing, and he might get an N1, N1, and enjoying it, and seeing his mates enjoy it. To me, at this age, it's so much more important. And for this year, he tried out for our under-14 squad team, and unfortunately, he didn't make it, which is fine. And people were like, "Oh, so you're going to coach 14 so he gets in a team?" I'm like, no. I'm like, I'm coaching 12s because I want to see these young kids develop and have fun and improve, and I hope that I can help improve their fundamentals and just enjoy the game a bit. Like, they're still I just keep saying they're so young, and just hopefully that they can see there's more to the game than just winning
or losing.
But you know, everyone's just got to enjoy it, and it's life lessons. You know, my young fellow he got cut this week. He missed out on his school team as well. But it is what it is. You know, he'll battle through, and we're like, all right, let's go out and practice some more. So.
If nothing else, the lesson is maybe you need to practice harder.
And it's also, I think I see a lot of kids whose parents, the kid mightn't be there if their parent wasn't pushing them there. And I find that interesting. I understand, you know, there is so many options for kids nowadays, whether it be a PlayStation or, you know, a phone, an iPad. I get that. And you can't bring your kids up how we were brought up in the 90s. You know, I, as a kid, spent hours in a sandpit. My kids don't do that. So you've got to still find something that can interest them to get them away from a screen or something like that. And they mightn't be the best basketball, but you can still enjoy it and have fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you think perhaps one of the strategies for, you know, maintaining that fun element is to potentially, like, possibly celebrate and have those joyous moments through the game and through training rather than at the end as well? I like to do it. I call myself a shit sandwich coacher. So, you know, a kid will come off and I'll be trying, hey, yeah, great job, man. Like, you're boxing out, you're working hard. You got to remember, you've got two hands. You can use your left hand, so you need to work on that a little bit. Hey, also, your defense down on little Jim Bob down there was great. So you give them something good, give them something they can work on, and give them something that you know at the end. So I think these kids, it's too easy to tear them down. We're trying to be positive during the game and enjoy it. We had a young fella played for us last year. His coach the season before was a good coach, but really tough coach on him, and he just couldn't handle that. And then all of a sudden he came and played for us. He went in, tried to do a left-hand layup, airballed it, nearly went over the backboard, and he looked around waiting to get dragged, and I'm standing on the side of the court laughing, and I'm like, what was that, Jacko? And he just laughed, and he went back and played. So that thing of, okay, mate, you made a mistake, but if you're not making a mistake, you're not trying. Yeah, that's right.
So
I'm certainly not learning.
So celebrating those little wins through the game can be great, you know, because it builds the positive attitude towards these kids that, hey, they're so used to people going, oh, you made a mistake. Be positive with the kid, and all of a sudden the smile on the face
starts to come through.
And then it's nice that at the end of a game or the next day I'll get a text message from a mum or a dad saying, hey, thanks for last night. I know he didn't play great, but geez, he had fun, and he went home and he had fun. I'm like, okay, I've achieved something for
Job
the day.
done.
And I know he's going to rock up the training and have a crack. And next week, well, don't worry about last week. Let's move on. Fish, what do we call it? Goldfish. Forget about it and move on to the next thing. So, definitely celebrating little things is good.
Is an important, I think that's, I must admit, my nines on yesterday, there was a couple of times where the shots went up, and regardless, I don't even remember if the goal went in or not, but I was like, Annie, that was a great shot.
Yes, perfect. Yeah,
that was a great shot, or that was a great pass all the way along. So I think that's an important message, I reckon, that we can share with coaches. Because at the end of the day, I'm trying to share a mixed message, like a variety of messages to our coaches, and this is a good one. This is like, the winning and losing is a factor in all of your thoughts, but along the way, make sure that there's some criticism and some positivity.
And it's huge that I'm the same, like, good shot, it didn't go in. But I see so many kids will miss a shot and the head will drop, and then the next three plays, they're rubbish. So what's the point? So just, good shot, don't worry, move on, next one. And then or a kid will turn the ball over. Instead of being angry, I'm like, don't look at me, go and get it. Go back and get the damn thing back again.
Absolutely.
So the shit sandwich coaching, for me works, and I've worked out if a kid will come off and they expect that they're going to get told off.
Yeah.
You don't. Yeah, there's days you can go, look, mate, come on, you've really got it, but
turn it up. Yep.
It doesn't achieve anything. I don't personally think repetitively being negative onto this kid.
Yes.
So wander down with them down the bench, stand in front of their parents and say it, and say, hey, mate, look. Just that shot selection, you trying to get it done on 3 guys, it's not going to work.
Yep.
And that way, if you say it in front of the kid, you say it in front of the parent, you're all on the same wavelength. And all of a sudden, if you've got good parents, they'll back you up.
The same message is channeled in the drive home.
Yeah. And that's it. The whole body language, I watched a coach on Friday night and he's throwing his arms up in the air and he was complaining about every foul. And look, I ref as well. And I'm like, mate, I would have called all those fouls as well. But all it does, every time he throws his arms in the air, the kids are looking at him going, oh, that's how I'm going to act.
Yeah.
So it's that real thing of trying to be a good person and give. I'd not necessarily be a role model, but these kids are happy to come to training because
I think we are role models.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly right.
Call a spade a spade. It's an important role. And
try to just be good to these kids and get them to enjoy it and make them want to be there, because the happier they are, the better they play.
Absolutely.
I even know at NBL1 level, like at the start of our training, the coach will always stand around, Steve Black, and he'll go, the boys, 1 to 5, where you at? And they'll just put their hand in their chest and they'll sing. If they're a 1, they're having a bad day.
Yeah, okay.
If they're a 5, they're having a great day. And it's interesting, like I've known some of these boys for a lot of years, and there's stuff going on. Everyone's got stuff going on in their lives. Some coaches forget, they think basketball's all it is, all it is. These kids might be having a rubbish day at school. They might have...
a girlfriend or boyfriend breakup, something.
Oh, my God, 10-year-old, don't say that.
But I'm talking when you're talking about NBL1.
Yeah.
Even that applies at that level.
Exactly right. And these guys... And you can see the guys who signal a 1 will just have a bad training session the whole day. So to me, I'm going to try and implement that into my squad team this year.
Yeah.
So a kid might, and even you've got to simplify it to them. A 5 might be, I'm having an awesome day, I'm ready to go.
Yep.
A 4, look, I'm a bit tired or something. We might have went to a party last night for my parents, because we train on Sunday mornings.
Yep, of course.
And then like a 3, I'm just, I don't feel great. A 2, 1, look, to be honest, I don't want to be here. This is the last place. So there's no point me yelling at the 1. Come on, Jimmy, crack on.
Yep.
Because he's having a crap day.
It's only going to exacerbate the problem, whatever it is. It's certainly not going to bring the best out of him.
No, exactly.
Absolutely. Well, Gary, this has been a fantastic conversation. I actually think that there's a huge amount of value that we're sharing with the community out here, because the purpose of this podcast is to lift the level of all coaching. It's to really try to empower a broad network of people, because at the end of the day, junior coaches, they're sort of pulled into these roles and they've got to figure it out as they go. This is a really important message to share with them. So I really appreciate you coming down and having a chat to us about this. So thank you.
I think it's great, man. I think what you're doing is good. It's good just to get different people's opinions, and I'm by no means say that I'm right with my views and they're mine. But you've always just got to be willing to learn and take on from people. And today you might listen to this and think 99% of what I said was rubbish, but you might take one thing out of it. Correct. And I'm like, that's great.
That's
and
job done.
It can help. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Thanks, mate.
Well, thank you, Gary. It's been great. Take
worries.
care. That's it for today's Fast Break chat on Coach to Coach. Thanks for listening. I'm Jace, and I'll catch you next time.